push now towards the next target, and that is the Night Gear. Ooh, this is a little bit dangerous. CT on him. There, again, another target. Bravo, another target. Oh, this is the Centurion we saw at the very beginning. Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here. Welcome back to another Mechwarrior Online favorite build review. Today we're going to be diving into the Hunchbacks, and I say plural because I can't not do two of my favorite Hunchbacks. I can't do it. So my two favorite Hunchbacks are the 4P and of course the 4G. So right now we're going to be taking a look at the 4P, and I'll have a different video on the 4G, so make sure to watch that one as well. And this is a fantastic mech. One, it's got hips like Elvis. I mean, what can you say? When it runs, it's just got that, on top of that, it's a really, really good mech across the board. And for a new player coming into the game, I still think it's one of the better mechs to be able to go down the route. Yes, it has its flaws, and we'll go ahead and talk about the pros and cons before you guys say anything. What are the pros here? It packs a heck of a lot of firepower. It's easy to upgrade. And for a new player coming in, it's really not a very hard upgrade path to follow. Right? You've got double heat sinks, you have endo steel, and then you have engine, and really that's it. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, the biggest negative I would say is this big hunch, but I mean, outside of that, for what the mech is, and if you know the strengths and weaknesses, and that is a weakness, you can play around it. Again, shield with the left and punch with the right. But at the end of the day, I still feel like this is probably one of the best mechs out there for a new player to dive into and give it a go. Yes, again, it has its weaknesses, but also it just looks so darn good as well. Now, obviously, over the years, this build has changed. We've seen large weaponry used. We've seen medium weaponry used. We've even seen small pulse weaponry used. Looking at you, Beef. But this, for the most part, the build hasn't changed. And speaking of the build, it's pretty simple. We have a standard 275 with a double heat sink in the middle, endo double, and you can see a whole host, bringing a total of 7 double heat sinks with this build. Now, as far as setup, we have 9 medium lasers, 2 of which are in the arms, and then the rest in the torso and head location. Now, what's unique about this mech in particular is something that happened not too long ago, and that is the HSL quirk +2. Now, for those that don't know, if you fire a certain number of weapons or a certain combination of weapons, you get what's called a heat spike, a ghost heat. You'll hear it referred to, but it's called heat scale limit is technically the real term. Well, what this allows you to do is normally when you fire 6 medium lasers, you don't incur a penalty, but if you fire a 7th, you incur a penalty. Obviously, here the build comes with originally 8 medium lasers with a small laser as well. Well, you would incur a penalty, and that doesn't really make sense. So this was actually introduced a while ago that adds +2. So that allows you to fire 8 medium lasers without any penalty whatsoever. And then on top of that, we have the 9th, and that's just a small penalty. So you're able to alpha this quite a bit. And again, that makes it a huge scalpel ability with a 45 alpha here. Now, good clip of speed, 89.1 kph with that standard 275. Now, before you ask, Phil, is it worth taking an LFE or an XL? XL, no. LFE, maybe. And I would say maybe only if you're going to be doing something like a medium pulse build on this, which again can be very effective because of the ability to fire. Now, keep in mind that when you do that, again, you're taking the risk of losing that side torso and not having better heat dissipation. Obviously, if you lose the side torso, you're going to be losing out on all these doubles, but you're not going to be incurring a penalty into your engine as far as speed slowdown and just a dissipation rate, right? You'll lose those, but that's it. But that's it. That's how easy this is. And when you look at the stock build to what that is, it's really a pretty easy incremental upgrade for a new player. So if you're new to the game and you're wondering, maybe there's a mech out there, I can't stress this enough. This is a really good mech. Is it the top tier? No. Is there some, again, it doesn't have jump jets. It's got this big shoot me here sign. But if you know that and you can work around it, you can make this really, really effective in the right circumstance. I wouldn't even say the right circumstance. I would say in general, medium lasers come into play quite often in most battles. You don't have, most battles aren't outside that 200 and 70 meters. And with this, by the way, if you notice here, you have 29 meters. Again, you're playing at that 300 meter mark, and generally speaking, most battles happen within that. So across the board, this is a fantastic setup. Highly recommend it, and it's just a ton of fun. So we're gonna go and hop into match, showcase what this build is capable of, and see if it lines up with you. And of course, let me know in the comments down below if this is a mech that you own. Is it something that you enjoy? Is this the setup that you use? Do you use another setup of weapons on this? I do see some other variations out there, but this is a tried and true setup, and it's what I use. And of course, if you guys want to watch me use it live, it's over at twitch.tv/NGNGTV. Come and join the live stream. I can't stress that enough. I say it every single day. And someone always pops into chat and they're like, wow, this is the first time I've been here. I've been following you on YouTube for like 5 years. You've been warned. Come over here right now. Click the link down below. It's super easy. Monday through Friday, 12 to 6 p.m. Don't be the last one. Don't be that guy. I'm looking at you, Dave. All right, let's go ahead. All right, here we go. As I mentioned, hips like Elvis. Can't stress how true this is. This is actually one of the OG mechs back in the day, and they just don't make animations. I mean, look at that animation on the Piranha. There's like no hip movement. It's just very robotic. Just some mechs have this really, really good, hip, at least side to side, up and down. Anyways, I just call it, it is what it is. But yes, so weapon groups. We're gonna have all the torso mounted medium lasers in one weapon. As you can see there, we're firing seven without any ghosty. And a good way to test this is, being able to fire basically all of them. So we're gonna go ahead and get the arm ones. And I leave the arm on its own thing. That way, if I'm tracking a light or if I'm tracking something, it makes it a little bit easier to do. But a good way to test is just to sort of see at stop, see what your heat goes up to, 46. That means basically you can fire it twice. Now, when you're running, you want to do the exact same thing because you generate a little heat while you're running. So we can go ahead and do that. You can see here about the same 46, which means you can fire twice in a row without any issue as far as shutting down. I do have override on, of course. I've talked about this in in the past for those that are unaware. I'd rather shut down, or I'd rather not shut down in front of enemies and take potentially some internal damage than shut down, and that just is going to mean death, especially in a Hunchback. Like if you're going up against good players, they're going to focus your torso. So one thing that you're really good at with this particular mech is called ridging and hill poking. So as you can see here, oh, we already got a mech over here, so let's go ahead and maneuver. Right side, you want to be right side. This isn't good. This isn't good for me because to get here, I have to expose my entirety of my mech, right? Whereas if I'm up against a building and I can, if I can poke around here, right? I can share this really quick. I can fire. I can torso twist, and that's basically what you're wanting to do. You're gonna have to be quick here. You're gonna have to play smart, right? I'm just trying to be smart here. Poke with my right. And again, shoot, twist, shoot, twist. And it's something that, like, you don't want to take a whole lot of damage to your right torso because, again, you only have a limited amount of armor there. So just sort of keep that in mind.
Target engaged.
Again, we got a hitbox right there. That's unfortunate. All right, another hitbox. Scrape someone's leg armor. Now, this isn't the best possible solution as far as rotation here, but we're gonna move with the team. And sometimes you're gonna have to rotate. You're gonna have to NASCAR, if you will. Or in this case, we're all moving together. Really, the Atlas is by himself. That's not good. So this isn't really NASCAR. This is just flanking. This is moving together, which is what you want. But let's pay attention to what's going on over here. We do have some other friendlies that are playing at the edge here, and you do have the speed, 89.1 kph, good clip of speed to be able to keep up. We do have someone firing right there. You do have some range here, again, 299 meters, which means you can hit out to A little bit over double. Again, you're maybe scratching their paint, but hey, free damage is free damage, especially if it's not return fire at you. That Foxtrot right there is a target I'd like to take out here. Be very careful here. Again, exposing my mech to fire. Again, alpha twist. Okay, and that's to spread damage, but also, oh, there we go. Let's go ahead and tackle this. Nice. He's gonna be like, he's almost in my optimal. We're gonna hit cool shot here. All right, he's hurting. All right, boom, there we go. Applied pressure when needed. Override when needed. Going to go to push up here. Again, I do have a group 3 for chain fire. And this is actually playing out. This rotation to the right actually plays in favor of the Hunchback. And that's because your right side, right? All these pop-charting Shadowhawks. We're gonna go ahead and hit that torso again. I just got hit in the back. That is there's something behind us. There's something behind us. That is not cool. That was a huge, huge hit. There's something sniping here, and that's not good. So I'm gonna go push up here. It could be over here. I don't know where it's at. Something was behind us. That is not cool. All right, I'm just gonna W for the win forward here. Focus on that left torso, that direwolf, and again, right over the ridge here. There, I'm gonna deliver damage where I can. Keep maneuvering. Whatever it was in the rear there, I'm just gonna ignore. All right, pinpoint accuracy, help out here. There we go, got a kill. Going in the Piranha. Again, watch this left side as we push through. Whatever that was, it might have been a friendly actually. I mean, that's always a possibility. And we're gonna push now towards the next target, and that is the Night Gear. Ooh, this is a little bit dangerous. CT on him. There, again, another target, Bravo, another target. Oh, this is the Centurion we saw at the very beginning. Now, you're gonna notice there, I just took internal damage, right? I lost my left torso. If I would have been running a light engine, I would probably be even running even hotter. There we go, I'm just sort of gonna tank here. Now, there it is, okay. So it was a Thanatos in the rear with the gear. So that's who popped me in the back. So I lost what? I lost 4 double heat sinks. I lost a medium laser in my left arm as well. But just, you know, again, we were able to negate his firepower in the rear just by going forward. It is unfortunate, but it looks like we are going to get a win here. The Hunchback 4P is a great mech as far as being able to deliver that 45. I wouldn't say it's pinpoint, but it can be pinpoint if you can hold your aim. And one thing you can do to practice is hop into the training grounds and maneuver around a target while you're trying to keep your cursor on. I can't stress this enough. Make sure your mouse sensitivity isn't too high. This is something that I feel like should be default in the game. I never really understood why it's never been default. Generally, mouse sensitivity is through the roof, and you're going to want to bring that down. My mouse sensitivity in game is 0.1. That's all the way, dragging it from over here all the way to the left as far as the slider. Yeah, 467, definitely not the best showcase as far as damage, but I think you could see the potential there. And again, positioning is key. Going on that right side, coming around is super important. If you're on a left side fight, that's a fight that you don't want, because you're having to expose your entirety of your mech to do all the damage, and of course that's going to just leave you vulnerable to CT and left torso hits. Whereas if you go into the right, you can poke, shoot, retreat, poke, shoot, retreat, or in this case, just going around with friendlies, you're able to deliver all that damage while going forward. And that's it. That's the Hunchback 4P in a nutshell. This is a fantastic build. Obviously, if you have extended engagements, the damage I've had multiple 1K plus matches, and none of that really matters, especially if you're being the scalpel that you are. But I'm just sort of pointing out that this potential mech and setup is probably, again, it works in any situation except for long range combat, obviously. It's tanky. You have the ability to have the sustainability. It's all energy. You never have to worry about ammo. But I just think it's a fantastic build. And as I mentioned before, it's a great build for a new player coming in. It teaches them how to torso twist. It teaches them how to work with the heat and heat management. It teaches them how to use arms and torso mounts as well. And it's one of those things where it's easily upgradable, right? Again, we talked about that prior, to where you can start with the engine. You can start with structure, double heat sinks, and you can just sort of build it up from there. And so the investment isn't too terrible as far as a new player coming in. But this is one of, out of the two, my favorite Hunchbacks, the other being the Hunchback 4G, and we'll have another video on that. But guys, that's going to be it. And again, like, comment, let me know down below, what's your favorite Hunchback? Is it the 4P? Is it the 4G? And if it is the 4P, are you using this setup or using something that's a little bit different? Let me know again in the comments down below. Click that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Again, Dave, I'm talking to you. Click it. Stop being lazy. Do it. Until next time.